Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to TSP TV. In an episode I've been dying to make for the last 2.5 weeks. It is my Umidigi F2 new phone unboxing. So literally moments ago this arrived. The DHL van pulled up the street. The man jumped out and I was eagerly waiting on the porch to receive this parcel from Hong Kong. Now, unfortunately, once I did make the purchase, there's been a series of events that have not exactly been obstacles to overcome or more hindrance to endure, but there has been some complications and some issues that I will explain as we get on. Now, you do know a few weeks ago I did lose the thrift phone, so let's unbox this, get it out and see what we've got inside. So a couple of weeks ago I did have the misfortune, actually maybe 3 weeks ago, the misfortune of having a freak accident in which I lost the thrift phone. Now within a little while of that announcement being made to you guys in the thrift fan, my guardian angel stepped up and donated me some money in order to purchase a new phone, which within the hour of receiving that money I got on eBay and looked up a phone that I'd had my eye on for a little while, which was the Umidigi F2 Play. Now, this phone here is the actual upgrade to the thrift phone that I had lost, and it was a phone that I actually had my eye on for a little while as an upgrade. But at the time, I thought it was an unnecessary upgrade, as I had two perfectly functioning phones, both of the Umidigi brand, and I am a big fan of Umidigi. You get a lot of phone for your bucks, and just look at that nice, wonderful packaging. I don't know if you can see that there. Even that in itself attracted me to the company because, as you may notice, I do like things that are black. So I did have an Umidigi F2, which was unfortunately the phone that was obliterated in that freak accident, and I'm also currently filming this video off of an Umidigi S3 Pro, which was an additional upgrade in my second phone. And some of you may know I do sort of operate my channel completely off of a phone, and I have a phone system. I just know this little meat stick had fell over. Let's just make sure he's upright. Okay, there we go, that's better. So I've been using two Umidigi phones for the last year, almost 18 months, because I upgraded around Christmas 2018 into the new year 2019 with the F1 that unfortunately I no longer have. And then since then I've been kind of using a combination of the F1 and the S3, both by Umidigi. It's a hell of a lot of phone, fantastic phones for their money, but unfortunately literally the day after I had the total destruction of the thrift phone, my personal phone, which is kind of a dual phone, I use it a little bit for the thrift store prepper accounts and my YouTube, as well as my everyday phone with all my personal numbers and stuff on it. But that started to glitch, giving me all sorts of problem. Now, I purchased this phone, I can't even remember the date, but it was about 3 weeks ago. So let's see what you get. You take the cool sleeve off, and that's what it looks like inside. Now, on the back there, I don't know if you'll be able to read that, is the spec, and I am aware that everything is very dark. But I purchased this phone almost immediately that the phones had come into my PayPal account, and made a purchase, and I believed what I was purchasing was going to be, we'll see this in a second, but let's do the unboxing. Can I read some of the specs to you? So the computer on this F2 phone, now this phone actually cost less than $200 US, so 199 bucks United States. This is what you get: an MTK Helio P70 4 times Cortex A73 1 gigahertz for Cortex A53 2 gigahertz processor. It's running on Android 10, and I believe this was the first phone that actually run on the Android 10, so the latest Android operating system. You get a 6 GB ROM, which is a hell of a lot of ROM for a cell phone, and you get 128 GB of internal memory. A hell of a lot of battery if you're not going to memory rather. If you're not going to be using it, you know, for excessive use, then you're probably never ever going to fill that memory up. But who knows? Some of you may have a lot of stuff. So it's got a dual SIM facility. The battery is a 5,150 mAh. That is a beast of a battery. This will give you all day usage, and that's like heavy usage using you know, playing video games, streaming videos, listening to music. This shit won't run out. And if you're only like making a little bit of perhaps email, Facebook time, text messages, phone calls, you'll get 2 days easily charge on a full battery. So it's got a 6.5-inch screen, full HD, 1080 to 1080 pixels to 2340 pixels. It's got a 48 megapixel, 13 megapixel, 5 megapixel and 5 megapixel quad cam artificial intelligence system that I believe runs off Sony software. So it is a beast of a phone, and the camera is another reason why I got this. And the ROM, this kind of phone is designed for streaming, for gamers who stream online. As you know, I stream on my videos. So let's open it up. First and foremost, you get a little thanks from Umidigi for purchasing your phone, and you get some little giveaways on the back. So let's put that in the background. Let's put that in the background, and you can see I am aware that this is very, very dark. Sorry about that, guys. But let's get out what you get first of all. So it comes, as you can see, with a wonderful, wonderful case. You get a case by standard. Now, as I said, when I purchased the phone, it was advertised as pearl black. And as you've noticed, I do like black. I love the box that it comes in. But unfortunately, after I'd made the transaction in the purchase, they informed me that they only had the blue. They were out of stock of the black. I don't know if you can see that, but this certainly isn't a color. I don't like this color situation. Some of you may think that's pretty cool. So let's remove, hold on a second. I don't know why I kind of like to do this, but I save all these dumb little things on the phone, on the packaging, best I can. I don't know why. You know what, I'm getting pretty pissed off with that already. Maybe I need both hands. Okay, so I mean, some of you might find that very, very nice, and this is actually a glass back, so that's what it kind of looks like. There is the camera on the back. And as I said, it comes with a pretty good case, so I'm glad that the case is black so I can't be seen in public with that. I certainly would never choose a phone like that, and both of my other phones previously were black. But some of you may like that, and it does look like a very expensive phone for the price. You know, it feels quite heavy and solid, and it does have a look. So let's take off the screen cover. And another thing it comes with factory fitted is its own screen protector. So I'm not going to take that off because I do like a screen protector on my phone. So once again, let me kind of turn that over and stick that on. So that is the phone itself. What else do we get? Let's just pop that there. Can you kind of see it? I don't want it to fall over and damage. Let's leave that there for the second. What else do we get? So in this, I think will be like the little instructions, and you get your little thing for you to get your SIM card in and out. So nothing too fancy there. And what else you get is a fast charger and a very, very heavy duty long, I think, is it a long one? It's pretty long, but you get a pretty decent charging cable as well. And this is a fast charging cable system, so it charges up very, very, very quickly. And that is everything. So you get a, like I say, I really like the packaging here. There is the phone itself, and as I really am noticing, it's very, very dark. So I'm going to try, I actually have a couple of these charger cables anyway, so I'm going to try and save this one in factory condition, just because I'm kind of a little bit personal absolutely geekish like that. So I do need to set this phone up before I can use it. And then the other thing that I kind of really don't like is the stock Android setup. And I don't even like the Android operating system. Although this is running off on Android 10, I will be putting my own launcher system on it once I got the phone set up. So I'm not sure if we can, how we even turn it on. But this is the kind of, you're going to get fingerprints. Look at that. Can you see? But that will get fingerprints and smudges to high heaven. I'm just trying to find where the on and off button is. To try and get this, hold on a second. Okay, so we've got it turned on. I figured it out. That's the other thing I don't really like about this. It has a fingerprint sensor built into the power up button. So it's powering up now. You can see me. Look, there's my shiny bald head in the background. And as you say, look how nice and shiny and everything would be if the phone was black. That would be very, very sexy. But it's not as bad as I thought. And as I said, it will be covered over by the protection case anyway, which is fortunately black, so we won't see that. It is taking a little time to boot up. So let me just put you on pause until it does. Okay, so that was a little bit worrying. It did take a little bit of time to start up. I thought, oh my god, they sent me a dummy phone. So you're going to have to put all your contact, if you have a SIM card, insert them now. So I don't know if you can see, there is the front camera hidden away in the corner. So as I said, I got to go and put my SIM card in. I actually have to take this phone that I'm recording off. I have to stop recording, take the SIM card out, and start setting this up. So we will finish this video when I've got all those things ready to go, and we'll have a little look at what the phone can do. So as I said, all that remains for me to do now is put my SIM card on, put the accounts on, let it set up, add my applications and software that I like to use onto this phone, and hopefully we will be out of the struggling with faulty, glitchy, possibly hacked phones, and should give us a much more smoother system. So it's a beautiful, beautiful looking phone. So as I said, I'm going to go and get myself ready to set this up, and we'll see you when we are set up. Okay, so I've got the SIM card in, got my accounts in. It's currently, hopefully, I think, downloading my apps. So this is what it looks like so far out of the box. I managed to get my dark wallpaper on it. Had a horrible blue fluorescent-y thing going on when I first opened it. And it comes with Android 10 as standard, but I hate this operating system. Makes no sense, and I hate all these colorful little application things at the beginning. Believe it or not, this is what drains a lot of your battery, these colorful little icons. But this is the camera. It's got a slow motion option, it's got a short video option, video, photo, 48M, portrait, panorama, night version. So it's a pretty fancy camera. We will be getting out and about. I don't know if you can see that. That's the night version. There is the screen. Oh, I inadvertently took a picture there. Let's see what that come out like. So there's the first picture I took on my car. Actually, it's not the first picture I've took on this phone. I took a picture of the black wall here for my wallpaper. I do like my jet black, which is why kind of that little bit of reflective blue there kind of is just ruining everything for me right now. But not to be ungrateful, I do love this phone. Hopefully, as I said, my applications will be downloading at some point. Install apps I've used before, install all, so hopefully that will start installing all of my apps. And what else I can do is change into another account. Let me just do that off screen. So this is going to take a little time to put all of my applications and stuff on there. So it's got 128 gigabytes free. It does have, I don't know what's going on here. this is the stock, and it does supposedly have system-wide dark mode, but as you can see there, I'm going to be putting my own SMS app on there. I don't like this horrible whiteness. I don't like this colorful dialer there, and honestly, it makes me kind of very uncomfortable to use when it's like this. Some of you may know that you like to personalize your phone the way it is, and I'm a little bit disappointed because it did say it had a system-wide dark mode on Android 10. I was hoping the dialer and the messages and all that will be dark as well, but it's not. But all these the Umidigi itself, let's get back to that, it doesn't come, so I was putting some of my apps on, and I just don't like all this colorfulness. It doesn't have any of those oh, maybe it does, I don't know. As I said, I got to figure out, this is just minutes out of the box right now, but I don't like the way this Android stock launcher works, and mainly because you get stuck with all these apps that you don't want or don't need or don't use, and that's why I change it to a different launcher, which we'll show you a little bit later when I do get this phone kind of set up to my own preferences with my own software and apps on it. But it comes only with the Google apps. It doesn't come with any of the bloatware, and what I will be doing is, once my applications and everything are installed, I will be disabling an awful lot of these, like the Play Mobile Movies, the Play Music, some of this stuff, getting rid of some of the shit we don't need, and again, sorting out our home screen and getting our software on there. But it is a beautiful, beautiful phone. As I said, I haven't really had a chance to explore it much, other than getting it out of the back. I don't know if you can see, there is the rear camera, so it's got a 5 megapixel macro camera, so it's got like four different cameras and artificial intelligence, so when you're kind of filming, it should differentiate between whichever camera you need for the better one. But it still does need to get set up to my standards, but as I said, lucky it did come with that jet black case. It does have a nice screen cover. And I will try and figure something out to cover that over, because that is a fingerprint sensor. I have denied them the use of that, and I also denied the facial recognition application. But that little shiny bit of blue is a turd in my rose garden right now. Some of you may think it's pretty snazzy, but I do like the whole jet black look. And there you go, you can see some of my apps are being installed and updated, but I got to get some off of my drive and install those onto the phone before I can kind of use this in a way I am comfortable with. So we'll see when we get that done. Okay guys, so we do have the Umidigi F2 set up, ready to go to my personal preferences, and don't you see already that looks much nicer and sleeker. Nice black shiny wallpaper, sleeker, none of those bright funny little quirky color type emoji things, and I'm using Smart Launcher 5, so I have all my apps that I use on there. There's my communication window, there's my internet window, there's my media window, there's my YouTube stuff, Streamlabs, YouTube Studio, screen recorder. This is kind of where I make my keep my photographs. I use my collage maker. This is how I make my thumbnails and stuff like this. And there are my settings. So that is it, guys. The Umidigi F2 is set up, and as I said, that little bit of blue is something I might have to try and figure out a way to get around that in the future. But so far, in order to provide this an additional permission, okay, so we've got to give it some location devices. We've got a notification there, and we are good to go, guys. There is the phone, the Umidigi F2. Hopefully we will be able to do a video and stream from this a little later on tonight. So as I said, you do get a lot of phone for your money. This costs less than $200 US, and as I said, you've got an awful lot of phone that would compare to a much expensiver, a much more expensive rather brand name like a Samsung or an LG. So this is a bit of a beast of phone, and I'm actually looking forward greatly to using this and getting away from a glitchy hacked phone. Thanks for watching, guys. This was Ship Video Production. This was TSP TV. See you in the next one. Until then, keep it very thrifty.